Good evening, prospective students and parents. Thank you for your interest in studying with us in the Faculty of Health Sciences at Nelson Mandela University. Welcome to our webinar this evening. We are genuinely delighted to tell you more about our faculty, the various qualifications we offer, and introduce some of our faculty staff. We will kickstart proceedings by giving the newly appointed Executive Dean, Professor Zukiswa Zingela, an opportunity to introduce our faculty briefly. Presentations from our 11 departments will follow this. Before I hand over to the Executive Dean to do the official welcoming, we encourage you to ask questions during the webinar by typing your questions in the chat section. Our senior academic staff will respond to your questions at the end of the departmental presentations during the live Q&A session of this webinar. I will now hand over to the Executive Dean of the Faculty, Professor Zingela.
Hello, my name is Zukiswa Zingela. I'm the newly appointed Executive Dean of Faculty of Health Sciences at Nelson Mandela University. Welcome to this webinar. We're going to take you through different aspects about the Faculty of Health Sciences, and my hope is that by the end of the webinar, all your questions will be answered. So the first question I would be asking you is, why would you want to come to the Faculty of Health Sciences? And I can tell you, we are a family of committed individuals, committed to your learning, committed to making sure that by the time you leave this institution, you are a well-rounded, capable leader who is able to go and make a difference in your field. And the difference will be seen in how you serve your community, in how you practice your chosen profession, which should be in line with the values that you will find entrenched in the Faculty of Health Sciences. These are the same values that are carried in the name of our institution, Nelson Mandela University. So why Faculty of Health Sciences? If you have a curious mind, if you are driven, if you are a dynamic individual, and if you have an interest in science, whether it be health sciences or it is social development sciences, we are the faculty for you. We have got a number of schools within our faculty, and these schools are focused on a number of different programs and disciplines. More importantly, you will find a team of very capable individuals who are interested in your development, a team who are making sure at every turn that you are a student who's going to turn into a worthy professional who can write the name Nelson Mandela University on your certificate with assurance, knowing that the values that you carry with you are in line with carrying such a prestigious name. So in our faculty, we have state-of-the-art facilities that you will benefit from. We have tutors who will walk the road with you hand in hand to make sure that you not only learn and develop academically, they will also mentor you to become the best you can be. This is where we can make sure that you turn your dreams into reality. And this is where we can make sure that you are ready to serve the community that you come from. How we do that is we place you within the communities that you're going to be serving at. We make sure that you get exposure to the work environment so that by the time you become a qualified individual, you know exactly what's waiting for you out there. We are very strong on mentorship. We are very strong on academics. We are also strong on research. Within our faculty, we have directors of the different schools who are ready to make sure that you have the support that you need. But in addition, we also have a director of research. We have a director of learning and teaching. All of these leaders support my office as the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences to make sure that we deliver on the mandate to produce graduates who are worthy of holding the name that is associated with the institution, a name that's associated with a very prominent ex-president that we all love. So without any doubt, I can assure you that if you're thinking of health sciences, you're thinking of a profession in social development, then we are the faculty for you. Thank you.
Let's take a look into what the Department of Human Nutrition and Dietetics has to offer. Dietetics is one of the world's fastest growing professions with a key role to play in modern medicine. Nutrition is one of the cornerstones of good health, and being nutritional experts allow dietitians to work in many different fields to assess, diagnose, and treat dietary and nutritional problems using evidence-based recommendations. Dietetics professionals can help clients and patients make valuable lifestyle changes, including to identify and addressing many nutritional misconceptions. Dietetics is a fulfilling career that can really make a difference in the health and well-being of communities. The Department of Human Nutrition and Dietetics is situated on South Campus at Nelson Mandela University at the High Performance Complex. The BSc Dietetics is the main program in our department. We have 4 postgraduate programs and also give modules to some of the BCom programs. Our 4-year BSc Dietetics programs have BSc modules in the first 3 years, dietetics modules, and modules to assist the students to interact with other people, including patients as well as research. We also offer modules that assist the students to manage their own practice one day. In the 4th year, students do an internship in the 3 main pillars of the degree, namely community nutrition, food service management, and therapeutic nutrition. Students also do a research project and write a treatise. To be able to do a BSc in dietetics, a student must have passed matric with the minimum application score of 390, with 60% or more for mathematics and physical science. There may be an interview as well, as we must make sure that students will be able to work with people. As mentioned, there are 3 main pillars to dietetics in the program, namely therapy, community nutrition, and food service management. There is also a large research component, as dietitians continually have to do research to stay up to date and find new solutions to nutritional problems. In both public and private healthcare settings, dietitians serve in a wide variety of fields. Clinical dietitians work in public and private hospitals, where they consult with patients to provide individual nutritional therapy that may include special diets, feeding via a tube, and intravenous feeding. They also work in private practice, consulting with clients in need of nutrition advice. Dietitians may also provide their expertise in industry settings through contributions to food labeling legislation, nutritional regulations, nutritional analysis, product development, and nutrition-related marketing activities. Through research, academic dietitians work to examine the role of nutrition in health and disease. Dietitians can also be based in the community setting, where they work in the public sector for non-governmental, non-profit organizations to actively protect and improve the care of the people in the community. In food service, dietitians manage the provision of healthy and specialized diets in healthcare facilities, correctional services, welfare care facilities, schools, and elderly care facilities. We do not have more than 30 students in a class, and therefore often work in groups and get exposure to work with real people in the community and in hospitals. Should you require further information, you can contact the department secretary via email or office number, or visit our website. Environmental health is a branch of public health concerned with all aspects of natural and built environment affecting human health. Let's take a further look into the program. According to WHO, World Health Organization, healthy environments could prevent many diseases. 24% of deaths can be linked to the environment. Environmental health deals with monitoring and mitigating factors in the environment that could affect human health. The undergraduate course offered at the Nelson Mandela University in Environmental Health is a Bachelor of Environmental Health degree. It is a full-time 4-year degree. You will need at least 50% for mathematics, physical science, and life science to be considered. Should you wish to study further after completing your degree, we also offer postgraduate studies. We offer a Master of Science in Environmental Health and a Doctor of Philosophy, which can be done after successfully completing your master's degree. These are full research qualifications. After completing your degree and a year of community service, you will be an environmental health practitioner or an EHP. Completion of further research qualifications such as occupational hygiene, food safety, environmental pollution, and environmental epidemiology will broaden your career paths in specialized fields. Graduates may work as auditors, consultants, and epidemiologists, depending on the nature of their research. The core aspects covered by the curriculum are shown here as pillars of environmental health and serve to outline the scope in which you operate as a profession. Being a profession means that first-year students must register with the Health Professions Council of South Africa. One of the pillars of the Environmental Health House is community health. Some of the topics related to this include community development and health promotion, as well as epidemiology and vector control. Environmental health practitioners are well known for the role that they play in food safety. All places that handle food are inspected by EHPs. Environmental health practitioners play a major role in the air quality management and water quality management. Water quality is monitored by taking regular water samples from potable drinking sources and from rivers and streams. Occupational health and safety deals with the anticipation, recognition, evaluation, control, and confirmation of protection from hazards at work that may result in injury, illnesses, or affect the well-being of workers. Occupational hazards could include exposure to extreme heat or cold. Occupational health and safety is mainly managed at a national and local government level in South Africa, and environmental health practitioners from municipalities and inspectors from the Department of Labour and Employment are the custodians of the function. Environmental health includes aspects of town planning and building plans, and the surveillance of premises. Urbanization and sustainable development are topics that are bricks in the built environment pillar. In this degree, you will learn to understand and manage environmental health risks to improve the health of the community. We hope that you will join us in the Department of Environmental Health and make our house your home, a place where you will feel you belong. For more information, please visit our website. Now let's take a look into what HMS has to offer. Greetings and a warm welcome from the Department of Human Movement Science. The department is situated on South Campus at the High Performance Complex. Human Movement Science encompasses the study of movement, exercise, and sport from a biological, psychological, social, and managerial perspective. We have 4 specific areas, namely biokinetics, sport science, sport coaching, and sport management. Studying in this field exposes you to a range of parent disciplines, from the physiological sciences such as anatomy and physiology to the humanities such as education and sociology, as well as the business sciences, which includes financial management, marketing, public relations, depending on your specialization area. We offer 3 programs: the Bachelor of Human Movement Science, or BHMS, and Diploma in Sport Management, which are both 3-year qualifications, while the Bachelor of Health Sciences in Biokinetics, or BHSC in Biokinetics, is a 4-year professional degree. This slide highlights the entry of requirements in relation to the application score and matric subjects. Our undergraduate programs lead to master's and doctoral degrees. The BHSC in Biokinetics prepares you for the profession of biokinetics, where you are registered with the Health Professions Council under the Allied Practitioner domain. Biokinetics prescribes scientifically based exercise programs for the promotion of health, maintenance of activities of daily living, and final phase rehabilitation. The BHMS degree prepares graduates for a career in the exercise and fitness industry, sports coaching, or sport and recreational administration, depending on their specialization. The diploma in sport management prepares you for a managerial position within sport departments, local government, marketing, and facility management. The department houses a fully equipped biokinetic and sports science unit. The unit houses biokineticists and acts as a WIL site for our students in addition to providing a service to the community. Additionally, we have recently opened the Missionvale Biokinetic Center, which is located on the Missionvale campus, aimed to providing health promotion and physical rehabilitation services to previously disadvantaged communities. The biomechanics laboratory is equipped with a Viking system and critical movement analysis equipment. This equipment is used to improve patient care in both clinical and high-performance settings. Monitoring physiological systems during exercise is a key component. The physiology lab houses a fully calibrated oxygen kinetic systems. The perceptual motor laboratory focuses on the understanding of the neuro, muscular, and behavioral mechanisms underlying movement. Please visit our website for more information. Welcome to the Psychology Department. Let's introduce you to the program. Psychology equips individuals with psychological knowledge and people skills for their use in people-oriented careers. Our degree structure is as follows. The admission requirements for the 3-year program for the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology are as follows. Based on your NSC grade 12 subjects, certain applicant scores and achievement ratings must be reached. All admission requirements will be available in the prospectus, which will be available on the faculty website. The program is intended for individuals who wish to register and practice as psychometrists. This slide highlights the entry requirements for the psychometry course. The degree shall be obtained on completion of all the theoretical modules, practical work, treatise, and the internship. Practical work amounts to 5 hours per week in the first year of study and is prescribed by the Professional Board of Psychology. The requirements for counseling psychology is the same as the requirements for clinical psychology. This slide highlights the entry requirements for a master's in counseling psychology. The application process is as follows. Step 1, identify a potential supervisor. Step 2, departmental consideration. Once a potential supervisor has agreed to support your research, you may then send your application to the department for consideration before you register with the university. Holders of master's degree or other qualification approved by Senate may be accepted. Candidate must contact the head of department before applying for admission. Nelson Mandela University offers clinical psychology, counseling psychology, and psychology research. Some career opportunities include psychologists, academia, psychometrists, teacher, but to name a few. For more information, please do not hesitate to contact our administrative assistants, who are always happy to assist where possible. What is social development professions? Let me take you through the programs offered. The Department of Social Development Professions is also known as the Social Work Department. A social worker is a trained individual who deals with social issues faced by individuals, families, and communities. These social issues include protecting the rights of children and adults, facilitating poverty alleviation, and other social issues. developing resources and infrastructure in communities, empowering people to become self-reliant and self-sufficient, and assisting and supporting people to deal with and manage with their problems for effective individual and family functioning are just a few responsibilities of a social worker. Social work has 3 different methods. These include casework, group work, and community development. This is an example of 3 types of social work. A school social worker who works with the pupils, teachers, and parents of the school. A clinical social worker which assists in assessment, diagnosis, and treatment of mental issues. And a child and family social worker who works with children who are found to be in need of care by providing therapeutic services to children and their families to enhance their social functioning. This slide highlights the entry requirements in relation to the application score and matric subjects. This slide highlights the core modules of social work. Please note, from second year onwards, you will also have practical modules. This slide highlights the core modules of social work during your 3rd and 4th year of studies. When we asked our graduates why they chose social work as a profession, we received many different answers, but most of our graduates all mentioned that they chose social work as they wanted to assist individuals and help in their communities. We also have a program whereby our senior students guide and support first-year students. This is called the mentoring program. The advantage of social work is that there are different career opportunities. These include working for government, private practice, NGOs, corporate level, and more. Should you have any questions with regards to our program, please feel free to contact our staff members as they would be happy to assist. We look forward to welcoming our first-year Bachelor of Social Work students in the year 2022. Let's take a look into what EMC has to offer. We offer a 4-year degree program. The program offers advanced medical knowledge to assist in managing patients once qualified and consisting of 4 modules. Furthermore, you also learn advanced medical rescue principles, which will prepare you to be able to navigate any rescue-related situation. This will consist of 12 modules. The following admission criteria needs to be met in order to be considered for the program. Note, swimming is not an admission criteria, but an assessment on this skill level of potential candidates, as the department will be providing swimming lessons throughout the first year of study, after which students will be required to acquire the skill as part of their first year module. Only 28 students will be accepted to ensure that our students receive the attention and focus on practical time. Rescue modules are carried out on Ocean Campus Science, and our clinical labs are located on both Missionvale and Ocean Science Campus. An emergency care practitioner provides emergency care to seriously ill and injured patients and diagnoses medical and trauma problems. Our department aims to meet the pre-hospital needs of South African communities by producing well-balanced and highly knowledgeable practitioners. Career opportunities include but not limited to flight medic, ground paramedic, working in a response vehicle, to name but a few. The next few slides will give you a glimpse of what our students get up to. Welcome to MLS. Let's take a further look into our program. Qualified medical laboratory scientists are highly trained health professionals who work in pathology laboratories and play a crucial and integral role in the healthcare of South Africa. It is a specialized profession providing patient sample analysis for diagnostic purposes to private and public medical professions through analysis of blood, urine, cells, tissue samples, DNA, and other body fluids. In the 4th year of study, a student will be selected to practice in an area of specialization. Medical microbiology is the study of microorganisms. In the slide, you will see Petri plates being inoculated in a fume cabinet in a microbiology lab. Clinical chemistry is the study of diagnostic biochemical analysis. Histology is the study of human tissue. In the histology laboratory, a microtome is a cutting tool used to produce extremely thin slices of material known as sections. Hematology is the study of blood cells and blood diseases. This slide highlights the entry requirements in relation to the application score and matric subjects. We have a state-of-the-art laboratory equipment. This slide highlights a few, but not limited to some career options. Our department works with the following external stakeholders. We look forward in welcoming you into our department. For more information, visit our website. Welcome to the Department of Nursing Science. The Department of Nursing Science endorses the mission statement and core values of Nelson Mandela University and the Faculty of Health Sciences. The core values of the Department of Nursing Science shape our culture of scholarly and clinical excellence and define and direct the essence of our work in the development of professional nurses and nursing specialists. It consists of professionalism, respect, integrity, excellence, and caring. Please join us as we take you through the requirements, benefits, and expectations for you to become the best suitable candidate for our Bachelor of Nursing Science at the Nelson Mandela University. This slide highlights the entry requirements in relation to the application score and matric subjects. We are located at North Campus. For teaching and learning, the department consists of 5 teaching venues, 1 computer lab, and 4 clinical labs. This slide highlights the entry requirements for a bachelor in the Nursing Extended Program. Extended programs are offered at Missionvale campus. After obtaining your degree, you will be able to practice in many fields and specialties in the healthcare environment. Career opportunities can be in general nursing or community nursing. All candidates with a degree can also study further and join the other specialties in the line of becoming a nephrology specialist, a private midwife, a lecturer, etc. Students will be guided towards developing a sense of equity and justice and a service ethic that will ensure that they work in an accountable and responsible manner. Graduates will possess a range of transferable skills, knowledge, and attitudes that will enable them to make meaningful and sustained contribution to healthcare services. For more information, please visit our website or email our department secretary. Let's take a further look into the Department of Pharmacy. The footprints of the Port Elizabeth Pharmacy Department trace back to 1928. We are situated at South Campus, one we refer to as the campus by the sea. Under the guidance of our HOD, Dr. Nomachina Kubashe, we currently have about 550 students across the different years, and 48 academic, admin, and technical staff facilitating the B.Pharm program in the Faculty of Health Sciences. This slide highlights the entry requirements in relation to the application score and matric subjects. A staggered selection process is employed and is explained in the prospectus, which can be found on the pharmacy website. The B.Pharm course is a 4-year degree comprising of modules which include pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmaceutics, pharmacology, pharmacy practice, and clinical pharmacy. From second year, our students also spend time in the workplace. Primary healthcare clinics in second year, community pharmacies in their third year, and in the final year of study, students are placed in hospitals and a few are placed in manufacturing. After graduating with a degree certificate, pharmacists will need to complete 1-year internship followed by 1-year community service where graduates are placed by the Department of Health. After this, the graduate becomes a qualified pharmacist who can find employment in any of the sectors of pharmacy, community, manufacturing, wholesale, hospital, primary health care, and academia. Pharmacy is a professional degree where all pharmacy students from first year are required to register with the South African Pharmacy Council. It is also advised that students affiliate with the Pharmaceutical Society of South Africa. During your studies, pharmacy students will train in a variety of world-class laboratories on campus. Students are taught aseptic techniques in this highly specialized laboratory so that they are adequately trained to prepare a variety of sterile medication in practice. In pharmaceutics laboratory, students learn extemporaneous compounding techniques. Students are taught the phases of dispensing in the training dispensary. Students are coached in the communication skills for interaction with patients, service providers such as wholesalers, medical aides, and other healthcare professionals in hospital, community, and primary healthcare settings. In the clinical skills laboratory, techniques such as blood pressure and blood glucose measurements are taught. Students also practice patient counseling and demonstrating use of various pharmaceutical devices. By understanding the chemical structure of each compound used to manufacture medication, a pharmacist understands how certain changes to a drug molecule can have an impact on the efficacy and the effectiveness of the medicines and how a patient may react to it. In the pharmacology laboratory, students are trained in medication therapy management. Students are trained to interrogate the prescribing patterns of the other healthcare professionals. They are also taught to assess a patient's personal medical record and formulating a medical-related action plan, which may include intervention or referral. During the final year, students volunteer to work on the Pelo Pepper train. The services provided are similar to those in primary healthcare clinics. This is a unique opportunity for pharmacy students to work in a multidisciplinary team as undergraduates. Pharmacy prides itself in attracting students that are critical thinkers and care about the well-being of others. Patient advocacy is a significant part of pharmacy practice. Every year, graduates recite the oath in front of family, friends, and colleagues during the oath ceremony hosted by the pharmacy department. They pledge to serve the community with honor, compassion, and dignity. The graduates also partake in the white coat ceremony, where they are presented with a dispensing jacket to signify their transition from undergraduate to professional pharmacists. This year, the ceremony was hosted virtually for the 2020 and 2021 graduates and can be viewed on the Health Sciences Faculty YouTube channel. Let's take a look into the Department of Radiography. The Department of Radiography offers undergraduate and postgraduate degrees in diagnostic radiography. During training, students are exposed to various aspects of healthcare in order to orientate students to the culture and social aspects of the healthcare environment, shape their professional values as they prepare for practice, while ensuring students are knowledgeable of the theoretical framework of radiographical procedures. Diagnostic radiography is a branch of medicine that uses X-ray to produce images of the human body for diagnosis of diseases. Radiographers use their expertise and knowledge of patient care, physics, anatomy, physiology, pathology, and imaging techniques to produce optimal images. Radiographers incorporate advanced technology and an array of interpersonal skills to perform these daily tasks. Radiographers are required to perform their duties within the radiology department, the accident and emergency department, hospital wards, and in the operating theatre. The Bachelor of Radiography in Diagnostics is a 4-year full-time professional degree. The degree forms part of the work-integrated learning in which students are required to obtain the experiential training from HPCSA accredited training institution. Our department, situated on the Ocean Science campus, has a state-of-the-art X-ray room where students perform their practicals. This slide highlights the entry requirements in relation to the application score and matric subjects. Students need to be physically fit and submit a satisfactory medical report on the prescribed form to the admission office. Admission is subject to departmental selection, which takes place in the latter part of the year. If you are interested in studying radiography, please contact one of our training hospitals to set up an appointment for a visit. Upon completion of training, all students are required by law to undertake 1 year of community service. This is a prerequisite for registration with the Health Professional Council of South Africa as a radiographer. After completion of the 1 year community service, you are required to register with the HPCSA as an independent practitioner, which will allow you to work in various hospitals, community healthcare centers, and private radiology practices across South Africa. The opportunity also exists for you to open your own private radiology practice. We look forward to welcoming you to our program at Nelson Mandela University. For further information, please visit our website. Nelson Mandela University Medical School is the 10th medical school in South Africa. Let's take a look at what the program has to offer. For admissions into the MBChB program, the following criteria must be met. Applicants who are school leavers must meet the minimum national senior certificate requirements for entry into a degree. These applicants are expected to achieve a minimum applicant score of 430 in order to be considered. In addition, applicants must achieve a minimum rating of 60% in each of the following subjects: English, Mathematics, Physical Sciences, Life Sciences. Each applicant is required to write the National Benchmark Test known as the NBT. For further information on the program, please visit the website at medicalschool.mandela.ac.za. Should you have any further queries, feel free to email us. Please note applications for 2022 for the medical program have now closed. We are looking forward in welcoming 80 students next year. Welcome to the Department of Research. Let's discuss the various opportunities that exist to further your studies. Our faculty has a strong ethos of creating evidence-informed health solutions that is appropriate to the healthcare needs of the community whom we serve. As such, research is an important thread that is woven in our undergraduate and postgraduate qualifications and in all our learning, teaching, and engagement activities. It is through this intentional emphasis, research-informed health practices, that our graduates are equipped with the relative knowledge and skills in finding relative solutions to healthcare challenges and advancing healthcare practices. As a faculty, we also recognize the holistic biopsychosocial nature of health and well-being. which is evident in our research that collaborates across other disciplines, with a strong health sciences research footprint locally, regionally in Africa, and globally. The faculty is home to more than 100 academics who support our undergraduate and postgraduate research activities and participate in their own research in their expert areas. We currently have 368 postgraduate students and are proud with being able to graduate an average of 62 masters and doctoral students in the 2020 and 2021 period. Within the faculty, we offer several undergraduate and postgraduate qualifications with research embedded in them. The completion of research projects in groups of fourth year and honors level equips our students with the skills they need to manage their own projects when they pursue their master's and doctoral qualifications. With a blend of coursework, treatise, and 100% dissertation, students are exposed to a high-level research that is aligned to the research priorities of the faculty. Many of our graduates have used the research grounding received through their health sciences qualification in various leadership positions in their professions. I encourage you, please have a look at our website, where details of our health research projects, our international research partnerships, and testimonials of our students' experiences may be viewed. We look forward to welcoming you and engaging with you in our health science research at our faculty next year. I will now hand over to our senior academic staff who will respond to your questions in the chat section.
Thank you very much to all our heads of departments and all our directors for putting together this very informative part of the webinar. I will now take over and I will take us through the different questions that have been posed by some of you who are attending this webinar. But before I do that, I'd like to once again extend a warm welcome and greeting to all our prospective students, to all the parents who are attending, and also to all the stakeholders who have joined us tonight. So the first question I'd like us to look at is going to be for the Human Dietetics and Nutrition Department, and that will be taken by Prof. Annelie Riese. The question is, what can I do to get in if I do not have the correct entrance requirements for chemistry and maths? Over to you, Prof. Annelie Riese.
Good afternoon, students and parents. Unfortunately, due to the high requirements of the BEC modules that we follow, it is necessary to have maths and physical science. One can improve your ability, or if you did not have it, you can follow these modules at an higher education institution such as PE College and get the matric equivalent for these modules and then apply. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you so much to Professor Annelie Riese for answering that question for us. The next question we have goes to emergency medical care, and that one is for our leader in that department, Nokubonga Ondela. The question is there anything I can do to better prepare for the program? Over to you, Nokubonga.
Okay, thank you, Prof. To answer that question, there are 3 things that you can do to prepare yourself. Firstly, if you are not familiar with any ambulance services or how they run, I would advise that you go and visit an ambulance service in your area, ask them how they do things, what do they actually do, how do they go to the communities. Second thing is the physical fitness, where you can prepare yourself because it's physically intense in terms of the rescue modules that you have to complete. And then the third thing is support from your family, quite important. You will need that in order for you to be successful. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you so much, Nokubonga. Our next question goes to environmental health, and we have the team of Cheryl Swanepoel and Sean Ramrup who will be addressing that question. So where do qualified environmental health practitioners normally work? Over to you, Cheryl and Sean.
Thank you, Prof. I think to answer that, the majority of our graduates would work at local government, such as a municipality, and some might land up working for national departments, such as the Department of Health or the Department of Employment and Labour. Recently, though, there has been a trend for more EHPs to go into the private sector, such as in the fields of health and safety. So there are many private industries that employ EHPs in health and safety, in occupational hygiene, and in food safety roles. Then we could also have graduates who either start their own consulting firms or work for a consulting firm in any of the aspects related to environmental health, such as food safety, health and safety, and many environmental aspects. Thank you. That's some of the employment opportunities out there. Thank you, Prof. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. That's certainly very helpful. The next question we have goes to the Department of Human Movement Science. And here we will have Prof. Cheryl Walter, who will take that question for us. Over to you, Prof. Walter.
Thank you. The question is, I was not accepted for the Bachelor of Health Sciences in Biokinetics in 2022, but I really do want to be a biokineticist. I'll be registering for the Bachelor of Human Movement Science degree in 2022. Would I be able to transfer to the biokinetics degree later? Well, let me answer that. The answer is definitely yes. The HMS department does cater for students wishing to move from the BHMS degree to the BHSC in biokinetics after the first year or after completion of the BHMS degree. However, there are some specific academic requirements to be met, which we will share with students in this regard. This entails certain pass mark requirements for specific modules, so students would have to work hard to meet these standards. So yes, you would be able to transfer to the biokinetics degree later. Thank you, Prof. Zingela.
Thank you so much for that comprehensive question and answer, Prof. Walter. Our next department is Medical Laboratory Science, and for that we will ask our head, Sipoka Zitili, to take the question, which is on whether someone who can someone do the degree if they only have one science subject? For example, if they only have a life science and not physics. Over to you, Sipoka.
Thank you, Prof. Unfortunately, the answer is no. What I would advise the learner to do is to follow that with the Department of Education and register for the subject that they are lacking, or do an equivalent qualification that will have the subject that they are lacking. Thank you so much.
Thank
you, Prof.
Thanks, Pagazi. Our next question goes to the Department of Nursing. We actually have two questions there. So this will be taken by Prof. Siham Jardine Babu. The first question, Prof, if you will allow me, I will pose both questions to you and then you can take over and answer. What does it mean if I'm accepted for the extended program? What's the extra year for? That's the first question. And then the second question asks, will I require to be dressed in uniform, and where will I obtain this uniform from? What are the costs involved? Over to you, Prof. Siham Jardine Babu.
Thank you, Prof. Zingela. So to respond to the first question, what does it mean if I am accepted for the extended program, and what is the extra year for? So the Bachelor of Nursing Extended Program provides students additional academic support and skills development in order to prepare the student for successful completion of the Bachelor of Nursing degree qualification. Where the mainstream program is offered over 4 years of full-time study, the extended program extends over 5 years. So the first 2 years is extended over 2 years. And after the successful completion of the first 2 years, the students then join the second year mainstream curriculum. In the second question, will I be required to be dressed in uniform, and where will I obtain this from, and what are the costs involved? Yes, you will be required to be dressed in uniform when you are allocated for practicals in the clinics and in the hospitals. And upon orientation to the practical program, the costs and where the uniform can be obtained will be discussed. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you so much for those comprehensive answers. And now we go to the Department of Pharmacy, where Dr. Mbali Luvuno Akil will take that for us. So again, here we've got 2 questions. The first one says, what are the requirements for the BPharm program? What AP score do I need to make it in? And then the second question says, is there a bridging course or certificate offered before one can qualify to apply for BPharm? Thank you. Over to you then, Dr. Mbali Luvuno.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Prof. To answer the first question, the requirements for entry are that the student or the applicant needs to have an applicant score of 410. In addition to that, they need to achieve a minimum of 60% for mathematics and physical science, and they also need to have 50% as a minimum for the home language and the English first additional language. With regards to having a bridging course or a certificate, there isn't one. However, those students who have completed the higher certificate pharmacy support and the advanced certificate in pharmacy technical support, those students are able to articulate into the BPharm program once they meet additional requirements. So we do then look at what the national certificate marks were and how they performed in the certificates that they would have then undertaken. All right, thank you, Prof.
Thank you so much. The next department, the question is for the psychology department, and here we will have Dr. Tanya Lambert who will take that question for us. And the question is, can I register with the HPCSA after completing my honors degree? Over to you then, Dr.
Thank you very much for the question. Unfortunately, with completion of the honours degree, you can't automatically register with HPCSA. However, if you have an honours degree, you can apply for a master's in clinical psychology or in counselling psychology or in psychometrics. And all of these programs have the potential for students or candidates to register with HPCSA. In other words, to have a professional registration category. Thank you very much, Prof, and back to you.
Thanks so much to Dr. Lambert. I'm not sure if there was a break up in the line there, but just in case, I will then repeat part of that answer is you can't register with the council after completing an honours. You have to go on to do a master's either in clinical or counselling psychology. Thank you so much for that. The next question goes to radiography, Rosanna Williams, who will take that for us. We actually have 2 questions. One, can I apply with Maths literacy as opposed to Maths scores, or Maths core rather, to get into this program? That's the first question. And then the second one, will the students be placed at their preferred clinical training centres of choice? Over to you then, Rosanna.
Thank you so much, Dean, for the questions. For the first one, unfortunately not. For the Bachelor of Radiography in Diagnostics program, you require pure maths. So you can enroll for a course or a program that will therefore then enable you to achieve or complete pure maths at a matric level. And then you would be able to apply for the program. The second question regarding the clinical training. Clinical placement is done by the clinical coordinator in the Department of Radiography. And then a student information sheet is given to all of the accepted as well as the provisionally accepted applicants. And on the sheet, they can then indicate where they would prefer to be placed with a motivation for their preference. However, it must be noted that the number of HPCSA, which is the Health Professions Council of South Africa, accredited clinical sites are limited, and therefore the student placement is done within or according to a 4-year cycle. Therefore, the number of clinical placements at an accredited site, as determined by the HPCSA, is something that we need to take into consideration, and therefore it is not a guarantee that if you have listed your preferred placement sites that you would be placed at that clinical site. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for answering that question. And then the next question goes to our social development professions, HOD Professor Fiona Goliath. Does our life orientation count towards the academic scores for social work? And considering that social work is offered by a number of universities in South Africa, are there enough job opportunities in the country? Over to you, Prof. Goliath.
Thank you, Prof. Good evening, prospective students, parents, and audience. To the first question, life orientation is taken into consideration for learners that are from quintile 1, 2, and 3 schools. So we add 7 points to their admission score for learners from those quintile schools. Then with regards to the second question, social work, the profession itself is a sought after profession. The job opportunities is something that is steadily increasing because, as we've said in the video, there are many sectors in which social workers can work. So we are also having an increasing number of social workers commuting into private practice. So opportunities are opening in all sectors. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you so much, Prof. Goliath. Our next question goes to the medical school program, and we have Prof. Fikile Nomvete, who is our director of the medical school. The question is, when will applications for 2023 open, and how many students will you be accepting? Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Prof. Zingela. And a good evening to the prospective students, the families, and certainly a good evening to the colleagues. We generally open our applications in April. So the 1st of April is when we open our applications for any year, and we are sensitive to the changes that are brought about by the COVID pandemic, and we generally close on the 30th of June. So it is important to just encourage the parents and the prospective students to keep their eyes on the web pages and to be ready to be applying on the 1st of April. Then we have a 3-month window period of applications. And this is essentially influenced by the national trends, as well as that there are large numbers that the institution needs to manage. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you so much, Prof. Nomvete. We're unfortunately running out of time, but we will take one question for the faculty research office. So our director of research, Prof. Joanne Naidu, will take this one. Can I apply for a master's program if I'm completing another course with an outstanding module at another university? Over to you, Prof. Naidu.
Thank you so much, Prof. Zingela. Depending on what the module is that the candidate is completing at another university, you may apply. so long as the module is not related as a minimum requirement for the master's qualification. Applications will still be reviewed if there is an outstanding module or completion of that from another institution. However, a provisional approval or acceptance, depending on whether the candidate meets the minimum requirements, will be provided. Concurrent registration between two higher education institutions is not permitted for formal qualifications, and hence the candidate needs to complete fully that module or program first. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Naidu. And unfortunately, we are running out of time, but the reassuring thing is that this webinar recording will be available on our social media channels in the next couple of days. So please feel free to visit any of our channels to get some of the answers that you're looking for. In addition, on the same channels, you will find links to our website, you'll find email addresses, and you'll also find telephone numbers, which will take you to where you need to go in order for you to get answers to your questions. Once again, let me thank you everybody for making the effort to come and join us so you could hear a bit about our faculty. Thank you also to all our HODs and our directors and everybody who made this possible. We wish to see you pretty soon, which should be next year for some of you if your applications are successful. Thank you so much, everybody.